I may be.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Sketchy. That's beautiful.
Huh?
So, after traveling many miles, especially after dealing with the ogres and falling back from the other armies that were assailing the borders of Otren, being able to hold the keep long enough for reinforcements to arrive, realizing that more armies and hens were at play between the cross attacks coming from the various sides and multiple armies slowing each other down. Realizing that you do have time, and especially with Otren's armies bolstered, and especially the aspect of you helping them have a stronger foothold by maintaining the small manor and keep so they have somewhere to launch off of, has definitely bought more than enough time for you to be able to trek off through the woods into the more mountainous regions.
Go, hey. Hey, we're fucking off on a side quest. We'll see you guys
Peace, losers!
After receiving word from the demon Pilgrim and him promising a very powerful relic that had been hidden down in these mines but banished from the reach of demons themselves, at least in particular him. The map given you being the only real key to open the door after arriving to it, knowing that this door is much further down in this mountain. You know, especially after the nice entryway of orcs overlooking the area, and clearly dwarven ruins being the remnants of here, the long abandoned and forgotten city possibly, but just the aspect of that they are already here shows that the residents of this place will not make this an easy trek to find this relic promised to you by Pilgrim.
Oh, here we go killing again.
I forget, did we get any other details about the relic? Other than just like, this is a powerful item thing that you might MacGuffin into.
Well, it was on the promise of the aspect of this sword being extremely powerful.
Sword. Okay.
Yeah, it is a sword. Okay.
Which Jin had taken an interest in a fair amount as well. And also agreed to come here.
We got a lot of sword fiends in the party.
I was actually... Was it Jin? Or was it me?
Jin. It was a lot of people.
People like swords.
Yes.
That's why I took the map from him. To get some cool shit.
They like sticking them into people violently. So,
Pointy end forward.
after a very disturbing battle between many of the orcs, plenty of them dying fairly quickly after having to get out of their murder holes, you swiftly started making your way across. Nira, already in a bloodlust and a berserker's rage, started charging forward before finally slowing down to let you catch up before she could fully get through the doors. Into which, after everyone started crossing over, Jin almost falling down this almost seemingly endless pit. No possible way that you can discern for where you're at currently that if it is even possible to reach the bottom from where you currently are.
Yeah, he didn't die.
After ferrying him across with a lighter weight and being able to reach the other side, we're finally able to get back to this point now where Nir has kept watch. The bridge has been semi-repaired, and the rest of you are now, after taking a good breather in the spot, seeming a little safer, especially after the orcs are now gone and you cleaned out their outpost for the front door. We're now back to here, where you are just about to break through. Well, let's see.
See if anybody on the other side wants to murder us.
Break on through to the other side.
Try to run. Try to help.
much at this point. Even Nira is still fairly ecstatic at the prospects and battles that have been going on already.
What kind of things have we been fighting? I remember very little, unfortunately.
Orcs, I think.
Purely orcs.
Mostly orcs?
Just
okay.
Nothing but orcs were there at the front gates to meet you.
Done. And we have yet to cross this mysterious bridge.
We did. We're on
Oh, we
the other
already
side
are
of it.
across the bridge. Alright.
We gotta open this door.
Aside from the rushing winds from below. They're very precarious.
Is the hammer that's a bridge a spiritual?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yo, girl, what's up?
No, it's just
You need me
just
to
a big
knock
hammer on a bridge.
You never know.
Which I believe, especially since you guys did take a rest, would be gone now, so... Alrighty, so... Obviously pushing through...
We came this far!
Can I make a perception check just to see if there's any secret doors on this landing on this side of the bridge?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and roll me a perception or investigation.
That's a good idea.
I would like to investigate the door.
So, looking around this area, you can tell that the bridge was left possibly purposely a little knackered, just so anyone who did run across would possibly, hopefully, fall down into whatever abyss is below.
Lovely.
Aside from that, the door clearly cracked from when the rest of you reached over. Didn't fully open it, but you can see it now slightly ajar. Not fully open, but the rust on them clearly knocked off when Nero's rage was going through, and you could see some of the splinters behind there as well when you finished the job. But as you are looking around, you don't see any open ledges or anything that would lead into a spare side room or anything. But you do hear what sounds like someone shuffling around and just very soft and hushed, like shh, shh. And it doesn't sound like an orc. It sounds more human, almost woman-like.
Is it dark in there? Can
Currently,
we see,
yes.
like, far enough? Well, like 7 of these dudes in our party, even though we don't even have 7, have, like, night vision. And I've got those cool glasses, so dark doesn't really mean dark anymore.
Yeah, but obviously you're able to peer down.
I guess what my question was, are we close enough to see her?
You don't see her, you just hear her. As you do kind of, peek through the door itself, because you wouldn't be able to see down the hall. You do see where probably the orcs themselves were sleeping, as it's a makeshift camp and a lot of supplies are very clearly just kind of stacked up with each other.
The holes in the walls and the way they saw the bridge. They must be ready for any traps up ahead.
I think the ones with the shield should go first.
Agreed.
Agreed!
You could lead.
Pretty boy!
Test that faith.
Stay, brother.
So, as you move further in, near keeping watch on the back, just because of when you were ambushed before. Coming around the corner, you can smell the various rotten sweat from the orcs that clearly had stayed here. As you look over to your right, you do see a section of the cave that's been completely walled off, and various planks all nailed up, as well as what looks like a makeshift door that's been barred, but very clearly nailed just to keep it shut for now. As you look through, you can see what looks to be 2 women as they look very nervous, very dirty, unclean. It's like they've been here for a good while.
Of what stature is their clothing?
For the stature of the clothes, one looks to be possibly an ex-merchant. Their clothes are a little nicer, but clearly torn up. They were clearly dragged up here. And the other one looks almost like the equivalent of what you'd see as a farmer's daughter, kind of baggy linen.
Classic peasant
Yeah.
style. Yeah.
Very
Ramus,
baggy
I
linen.
guess, peeks in. So who are you two?
Are they dead? My name is Goodale. This is Karina.
The full round is 6 seconds. Technically, all our turns take place at the same time, but
Yeah.
it's all right. And I approach the bars, and I'm holding my hands up.
And
What are your
Hold on.
names?
is there anything else in here with us first,
Oh yeah, fair.
besides orcs?
We've only seen orcs. We've heard dogs walking around before. There was one that tried to get in here originally. Thankfully, we weren't very close to the door.
Regular dogs or like big dogs?
The door's back there. And I point around the corner over here,
Around the corner there, you could,
or is it in front of us?
She points behind you. These dogs were not normal. They were massive. She points in the direction behind you guys this way.
Okay.
Can I pry the gate open, or does it need like a key?
For that, you can pry it open. Just give me a good old athletics as you try and pry the bar free. It doesn't look like they put a lot of nails. It's just enough so that the dogs or anything wouldn't get in at them. Alright, so you very easily just as it crumbles away, you can easily swing the door open now, even though it's fairly makeshift. Thank you. We were stuck up here for weeks.
Do you have any talent in magic or fighting?
No, and the other girl, I'm not sure how much help I could be, but and she like pads around, and you can see that as she was dragged up here, she was clearly, dragged up here without being really checked. And from her satchel, she actually produces 2 small vials. I know it's not a lot. I heard a lot of the commotion. I'm sure that these might be able to help you. It's a small token. This is as much as I can help. And she hands you 2 potions of healing.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. Do we take him with us, or do we tell him to get the hell out of Dodge?
GTFO.
Yeah, you two should not be here. I'm a monk. You should leave.
We will find our way. If we
Wait,
can't, we'll wait at the entrance.
Okay, I was gonna say, did we like clear out behind us since you were giving your little intro?
You do remember that the forests below at the base of the mountain, because they don't travel up, but you do remember trekking here that there are a fuckload of gnoll clans that live in the forest below.
Oh, shit. So, alright. You should probably wait for us at the entrance
Alright.
before going into the floor.
I should warn you, aside from the dogs, there's...
You're so breathy. Oh my.
You can tell, like, they're really fidgety. Like, they're pretty on edge. Like, even though they're happy to see someone, they're still scared shitless that something...
Shaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's someone here with a more booming voice than the orcs. He sounded a lot bigger.
Does he have a name? What did he say?
The orcs always talked about how Wolf was going to make their clans bigger and stronger. And be able to chase out some of the gnolls.
They've got a cave troll.
Torkorg. That's funnier.
Okay. Yeah, I guess tell him to peace out.
Does it look like they've been starved at all, or?
They do look pretty hungry, even though they've been fed. They've probably not been fed very well.
I gave each of them one of my ration packs.
Thank God, thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Just be careful. We're not sure how many of those large dogs that they have. It's massive wolf.
The holes on the wall on the other side of the breach. And lock the door behind you.
All right.
Come out, and we will protect you.
As you can see, they definitely don't waste any time. Just immediately start going by. Thank you again. We'll wait. So they quickly start rushing, and you can hear them start going over the bridge that you guys fixed. Be able to push them over.
Alright, which way do you guys think? I'm whispering, it doesn't sound like it, but I am.
Can we tell from inside? Wait, hold on.
Like, I can see a fire down here, so it seems like the next logical spot.
Could they say that the wolves were north, or at least upwards from where we are?
So
Yeah.
I'd like to clear out some other stuff before we deal with Big Dog.
Huh? So.
It seems like Rain's just walking off. Alright, let's follow. Let's follow them.
I'm
No, good
No,
shit. Do it.
Down bottom
That's
there
a-
isn't anything. It's just this fire and this like camping shit.
You don't know, there might be loot.
Nira is gonna stay back.
Oh, there's a whole big.
Alright, so as you do shuffle by and go by the area, smell the campfire that's still burning, you see this massive room, just haphazard crates and barrels just stacked everywhere, and what looks like the filthiest well of water you've seen in a long time.
Hey, can you two holy pair bless that?
The well?
Like, clear it? Like, make it water?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Make it holy water. Or
Ooh, yeah.
the equivalent
Spell
of.
for that?
If we have, yeah, and then that way if we run into any undead, we'll be fucking set.
Just bless it. Say some priesty stuff and use the light out.
Can I purify the water?
You've done so before. You're not sure how tainted this kind of water could be, but probably a bucket would be a little easier, unless you want to spend a good portion of probably over an hour kind of trying to bless this well.
That's too much time for water.
Alright, so yeah, a bucket.
Alright.
Okay, so
Purified bucket. Do I need to roll anything?
I pick up a wooden bucket from the stack of just garbage, and I hand it to you.
Even with the bucket you pick up, you can tell it's pretty nasty. But for the prayer, go ahead and roll me religion, just as you do pray over this, just for the speed of it. Right.
Both of you can try, can't they? Is she it? No?
The atheist is the religious one. Who knew? There is no God.
So, obviously, especially with your holy symbols, praying over the water just to try and purify it a little more. You do feel a sickness that kind of just emanates from this water before it's fully cleansed, and if you were to drink this normally, you do get the feeling from while you're blessing this that it's clearly diseased, and you're not sure what it would do, but it's just purely vile and just completely corrupt. It's amazing that even the orcs themselves have been hardy enough to withstand this well water.
Are there signs that they've been drinking it?
Oh, very clearly. There's been
God.
fresh spills like everywhere.
Cups on the rim.
Yep.
Ew.
Yeah.
Zuri barfed
So-
a little bit.
So it didn't really work.
It worked on the bucket. The bucket has been purified, but you know that the well is... It would take a while, but it's very clearly tainted with disease.
Okay, can we all like take a pouch of it or a
I
skin
dip one of my daggers into it.
Right.
Just one.
As you do actually see like this very sickly green algae kind of style just like cling to your dagger, and like actually gives like that wavy stain to it.
Ew. Oh, I'm like, I immediately regret. I ruined the knife. A perfectly good dagger. Ugh.
It looks even the dagger, especially for partially like spider infecting and everything, it looks actually fairly sickly.
Oh, I would not use one of my nice daggers. This is a regular ass.
I say
standard.
even the regular dagger still looks fairly gnarly and disgusting.
Ugh. Is the like metal melted?
No, it's just
okay.
very clearly
It's just, like-
something's clinging to it, so
It's fucked.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a very disgusting well.
All right. Well, I'll throw this at somebody. We'll see what this does.
All right.
That sounds like a good idea.
And you can see that even though this room's filled with rubbish, a lot of the items around here clearly tools or stuff that they probably stole from merchants at this point. You can
Anything useful that while we're rummaging?
you do see that there are crowbars, torches, rope, things that have all been kind of displaced
Hold on.
around.
Rain, you should probably not run so far.
Yeah, you're just like going off.
I got this guy.
I'm in
Let's-
exploration.
Yeah, but
mode.
let's not pass all the pathways.
The RP and the possibility of you getting wrecked when we're not even close.
Fine.
Rain just gets bored and walks off. I mean, hey, do whatever your character would do.
Yeah,
Just
no,
don't
it's
die and come to us. If we find your corpse in a couple rooms, I'm gonna be sad, but not that sad.
We're
Wow.
gonna try and stick together and not get killed.
Never split the party.
No.
This is all in character that we're all saying. We're roasting Rain in character.
You do see, obviously, a lot of the shipments that they had stolen. Very clearly, bolts of cloth, things that have just been stacked up, various tools. Surprisingly, a lot of ingots and lumber. You actually see, like, in some of these piles, there's clearly wood stacked up, specifically organized. One would be mostly lumber, others are bolts of cloth and various tools that have already been rendered into items or other materials, and then the other pile further back you see is a surprising mix of iron ingots and the such. Like somebody would
Can
be
we sift
working
through
with
and grab some?
that you can. So as you kind of sift through, go ahead and just roll me 1d20 for how many ingots that seem still good and not kind of rusted and messed up that would need rework. They're still good. Alright, so you easily managed to spot out a good 5 ingots, all iron, really solid, fresh pieces that could easily be worked, and a couple smiths would definitely pay a pretty penny for such things.
I guess I hand one to everybody because I'm feeling nice.
This is the same. Also.
You can see Nira's just kind of like watching over the section that you guys went through just to make sure that nobody passes the checkpoint behind you.
Let's go this way.
What's that? Is that bars?
You see a door. that section as you look over. Doesn't seem like too much is going on over there, but it definitely seems separate from the other sections.
Oh, Thalos coming running in.
Yeah.
Chugga 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 chugga.
Okay, I got.
Can I inspect the door? What kind of door is it?
For this, it's a clearly heavy oak. It's been there.
I don't know that.
Alright. It's fair enough. It's a very big, heavy wooden door. It smells very musty. As you do check it out, it seems, pretty decent. As you check the handle, clearly unlocked. As you slowly do you open the door as well? I assume.
Are we opening?
I will sneakily open the door. Can I roll?
Yes. Go ahead. Roll me a stealth.
17.
All right. So you creep open the door.
Oh! I close the door. I close the door. I close the door. It's closed. And I very quietly walk away and I say,
Not right now. Nope. There's 8 orcs in there sleeping.
Are they sleeping?
They didn't see me open the door. I'm pretty sure they were sleeping.
Oh, yeah,
They look like bunks.
they're very clearly sleeping in there.
Okay, so I pull out my what's it called? My where is it? My flask? Not my flask. My jug.
Are you gonna fucking waterboard somebody?
No, I'm going
Does
to.
gasoline count?
Oil comes out of it.
Do we? Oh, oil, yeah. Are we gonna burn them? Wait, so did I see another exit out of the room while I was in there?
Not at all.
Are we gonna do that? We're awful. This is awful.
Yup.
We could just go in the opposite direction.
Can we
Or-
board this door up, or do you want what these orcs have, possibly?
Well, if we burn them alive, we're not getting shit.
It also has poison.
Just pour poison under the door and then come back later.
Would that work?
It depend if it would depend if you can aerolize it.
Are orcs recognized as just malevolent creatures?
Usually. There are half-orcs and occasionally some orcs, but it's very clear from the stature and demeanor of most of what these guys have been doing. These are not friendly orcs.
Yeah.
If they are, they're usually very, very rare to be good orcs, and usually they would be near or in a township. Or at very least a farm.
Do you guys want to take some of these debris and try and shut the door until we can come back and fuck these guys
I
up?
also have. I
That would
have
make
basically
probably too
poison.
much
I
noise.
have oil. I have acid. 8 ounces of acid. How many were in
3
there?
ounces killed.
There were like 6 or 8.
Oh shit.
There was a good chunk of change of bad guys.
Can we use that makeshift door to like cover this up for now?
But
We can. I have a crowbar and stuff in my like backpack. We could use that to like jimmy shit against the door.
I was gonna say, is there any way we could like
It's
wedge
gonna make
something
so
on
much
an angle
noise.
just so they can't open it?
I'll roll another stealth to try and do it quietly.
You definitely could, because the door opens out towards you. If it couldn't fully open, there'd be no way for it to get through.
Okay. We could also just pile a bunch of shit and like by sheer mass. Like, is there a dresser?
There's a lot of barrels and crates all nearby. There's even fresh pieces of lumber that haven't really been shaped yet.
Hey, you strong boys! Why don't you pick up something heavy and then put it down? You think it'll still be... Look at these arms! Lift wide. -1 strength. If we think
Most birds
we can
can't
be
lift
quiet...
anything heavier than their own body weight.
Facts. Do we want to? If it's going to be too loud, then we should try and just lock the door in some way quietly instead of doing a bunch of shit. Yeah.
Ooh, she's got a good point. If we set fire inside and we close it, they don't even need to like be on fire. It would just suck up all the oxygen in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Alright, give me the flask then. I'll go right over and pour it in. Somebody hold a lighter.
So I give them the jug.
alright, stealth, don't fail me now. 14.
They're
They're
sleeping.
not.
That's
They're
gotta
just-
be an
They're all
advantage.
asleep.
We're fine. They had too much poison juice.
Yeah, too much disease water. Alright, so you go in, pour that down. Obviously, it's easy enough.
Yeah, how much oil can it produce?
Quart.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
shit. Oh, no, that's good.
I pour a quart of oil on the I spread it liberally on the closest bed leg that I can reach without like really entering the room, and just kind of pour it across the floor. I'm trying to make it spread as far as possible. You know how you can like kind of make water run if you like give it some oomph? I'm doing that. And then I very quietly back up and I take the torch and I put it on the floor and I close the door and I'm away. I'm going.
Alright. So you do this, you just see some smoke, see a little bit of fire, you know, start from underneath.
Can we now that the fire started, can we try and like barricade the door in?
It's a really cool fucking token.
Yeah, it is really cool.
You definitely can. You know that, especially if you just kind of like wedge a piece of wood with the stonework, that there's no way that the door would open until it's ash or broken.
Okay, I'll help.
So go ahead and give me just a flat athletics as you just kind of wedge this chunk of wood into the door frame.
Oh, where's?
Oof. I mean,
Rain, roll. You'll probably.
I mean, it's fairly heavy. It looks like it'll be stable, you know. But at the same time, you can. It's there. It's not like full anchored, but you can see that.
That's us, the dead ass. Jin muscling in.
Alright, so as you're all kind of like trying to wedge this in, Thrice gets a little closer before Jin just comes over, just like stomps on the end of it, and it just clips into one of the one of the crevices on the floor.
It clips into the floor. I'm so down. We break the geometry of D&D. I prepare an action to throw the gross knife at any limbs that come poking out of the soon-to-be-burned down door.
Alright.
Which I now assume is in full flames, like the...
At this point, you start to see a lot more smoke pouring out from the top of the door at this point. You don't hear anyone getting up. But you get the feeling that a lot of the wood boxes in there are now catching fire. You're not very sure what will be coming out of that room, if at all.
Oh yeah, wait, smoke inhalation. That's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're all sleeping, raised off of the floor, which is the
whole
floor
point.
is on
That's
fire.
why we could still get there. That's why we went through all that.
But won't the beds eventually catch fire?
Yep.
And do we have a good idea of putting out an oil fire? Can anyone cast wind wall yet?
Oh, Thrice has ice spells.
What's your biggest ice spell? Is ice knife?
Might work, but at the same time, there was a lot of fucking boxes in there.
Are you rolling
So-
for each box?
For those, well,
No,
it's
so
spreading.
So
Oh,
we
dear.
make our way towards the entrance while this does its thing.
Yep, there's just,
Are you sure you want to do it?
just a shitload of
Maybe wait it out a
points.
little bit more.
You open the door. We immediately all
No,
roll
I
for
mean-
Constitution.
We make our way back to the entrance of this little cave we're in.
You want to go all the way back out?
No, just to the entrance of these rooms, away from the flammable stuff.
Oh, you don't want to go by where Rain is and go down the stairs, or go over here?
Screw it. Well, I guess we'll come back
Stone,
and see what happened later.
because stone doesn't burn, right?
Yeah, no.
So, Rain, as you do look at the door, that's these stairs go slightly up, not by far. It's a short flight of stairs. You see a
What's to the right of it?
to the right.
Sorry.
You can see another door as well as what seems to be a statue around the corner as well. But on the doors here, you do see a large iron-bound door with very clearly what looks like human skulls nailed to them in the middle.
I've got a feeling this is the right way.
As well as a good portion of blood that spilled over the top of the steps there, clearly from when the skulls were very clearly nailed in by the iron spikes that are there.
It's a good solid crunch.
And around the corner, of course, obviously you do see the dwarven statue overlooking the doorway, axe in hand, posed heroically.
Jesus.
Is there anything special about the statue?
Poke it, touch it.
So freeze right there.
Can I investigate?
Yep, but just 1 sec. As you do, well, both of you do step there. Something will happen.
Crap.
Oh shit.
Ramus
We all
and
die.
Rain, roll me a Constitution saving throw. As you do step forward to go to check out the statue, but immediately you feel beneath your feet a sudden ka-chunk, and the dwarf's mouth opens up, and you just see this sickly green gas spray out at you.
And I die.
No. At this point, you do see it as you kind of go to try and take a deep breath to try and, avoid breathing this in. Ramus, you manage to catch your breath just enough. Rain, unfortunately, it catches you off guard, and you just and just start choking for a moment. You are poisoned.
Crap stars.
And so, effectively, anything you will be doing aside from initiative and, well, as Death says, you are basically poisoned for 1 hour until that goes away, as you kind of chokes your lungs a little bit, and you feel it dazing you. So you unfortunately hit with a heavy disadvantage on that for 1 hour.
Oh no, the only person who actually hits.
Huh?
Bye guys, I'm gonna lay down. Y'all got this.
So, which door will you be choosing?
So we decide for a long rest.
Wow.
Word.
Just go have a fat nap while Brain's choking to death on poison gas.
Can I do some sort of medicine or something? Can I make a medicine check?
Unless you have a way to rid the poison.
I have, so with healing hands, I can, with 5 points, to cure 1 disease or neutralize 1 poison. So I'm gonna spend 5 points of my healing hands to, I touch you on the shoulder and I say,
Rain, breathe.
and holy power flows into you.
Cough, cough.
So,
I neutralize the poison.
I live. Thank you, chicken.
so as you do cough, especially for that, Rain, you can see, as you see all this poison, especially as it expels from the various parts of your skin that is exposed. This
Gross.
chunk of just sickly green gas that came out in this solid mucus state just hit the floor.
Ew.
Ew.
At this point, Ramus, as you are standing there, the gas is cleared, but you start to hear as the plate goes back
shit.
up and starts to reset.
Let's go down.
Alright,
Fuck
so-
this.
Yep.
I-
we go
I-
to the
guys.
stairs. I guess.
I take chalk and I mark the 2 tiles so we know next time when we walk past we won't step on it. Even though we'll move our tokens over it, we'll jump over. I mark this shit. It's marked.
Smart.
I'm marking it.
I like how you think.
Bueno.
Alrighty. So, checking the door.
I will stealth and check the door.
Oh,
I am not. I trip
Alright.
and fall down the stairs and bang my head into the door.
It's
Is
up.
it unlocked?
Great.
Is it unlocked?
great.
Does it open?
It's up, so you fell up.
Oh, I tripped up the stairs. Perfect.
But you check it. At this point, as you I assume kind of like do the door peek like you usually do.
Yes.
All right. So
Scooby-Doo style, but they don't pop their heads up above me, so I've just got my head really low to the ground for no reason.
as you go to open the door, you hear a very loud before the end of your beak gets bit as you kind of peek just a little bit as you see a massive maw,
No.
in which obviously I'll just slide this over a little bit.
Oh. Ow! 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 My face.
And roll me a strength saving throw as you do take 6 piercing as this thing crunches. Oh dear.
I'm going into the room, boys.
Oh, it's, oh dear. All right, so we'll roll
Wait,
initiative.
is there any way to pull him back, or?
Reaction. Grab my feet.
Well,
Strength check.
At this point, the door does kind of fly open. You see this ogre turn around and look at her. Throg, what's? Guests, I see. And roll initiative as Zuri, you are unfortunately prone as this dog literally has you by the top of your beak.
And we really brought the rolls tonight, gang. Oof.
Oh my. Let's back. A long rest.
We rested. That
Short
whole
rest.
time, I guess it counted as, didn't
On
it?
the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a really opportune spot. It's a long rest.
Nice breeze.
Nice.
Damn. 20 and 20. Damn.
So both before me, right? Both of them got to get a chance to eat chicken for dinner.
They're hungry. I mean, I joked about it earlier, but I guess I wasn't lying when I said Ray's anti-bird knife. Apparently.
Yeah, you weren't kidding.
Jesus Christ. Fucking good lord.
With the music.
Alright. So, Vok is going to come over and he's going to try and get a chunk of chicken. And he's going to have advantage since you are currently prone. As
No, you wouldn't do that to me.
Well, I was about to say, as well as pack tactics from his brother Throg. So that'll be a 19 to hit, as you still are
That'll hit.
prone. Let me dial this back a little. There.
That'll hit.
All right.
9.
Yep, 9 piercing as he just... And you guys see the massive dogs that they were talking about start tearing into Zuri as a fresh chicken meal.
I'm ragdolling. I'm ragdolled and limp and...
Yeah. One has his leg, the other one literally has him by the face.
It's quite painful.
Yeah. The other one will continue to bear down.
Smurf, you're playing the soundtrack through your speakers, and it...
Oh. Whoops. There.
Appreciate.
So, thankfully this boy will miss. He's just trying to share, a wishbone with his brother.
Thank I pull my leg out of his mouth, and he gets nothing but...
Ramus, shit got real very fucking instantly. 0 to 100.
So, if I go here and he's prone, can I, like, stab down over him? The wolf?
For that, no, because they're currently up steps slightly. You would have to step to the right of him.
That's not going to be a good idea. Yeah, screw it. So I guess I step up and... Can I use, now that I have an extra attack, can I use my main action to do something and then attack after?
Depending on what you're trying to do with the main action, are you trying to break him free? Because that would take your main action.
Yeah, so that would be like my only action. I couldn't take my swing after.
Correct. You would either have
Okay.
you would either perform something for your main action or attack. Kind of like when
Alright, can I like aim at the dog's head and take 2 swipes?
Bet you can. Ooh, that one's definitely striking. That one will hit as well. Alrighty. Excellent strike, as you actually cut off the ear of one of the wolves cleanly as it kind of yelps and falls back a little bit. Before striking again, just dig your sword right into its side. You can see the ogre looking at you, quite frustrated.
This was the one that had
Zuri,
bird. Yeah.
Zuri, yeah, he would be definitely able to stand up freely on his turn.
Oh, so he ended the grapple, thank God.
Yeah. Did enough damage where the dog kind of yelped back and let go of you.
Perfect.
Alright, I assume that'll be all, Ramus?
Does this thing? Yeah, that's it. Does this thing look hurt or does it just look pissed off?
It looks very hurt, especially after you kind of cutting off part of its head and then cutting into its side.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Stay out of the high ground on it. Make them come out, I guess.
Zuri.
Alright, so I come to my senses, I shake my head, and I stand up with half my movement, and in another single movement I pop a little metal rod off of my belt, and it instantly expands into a bow staff, and I slap at the wolf that had me, that still has my blood on its teeth.
Nice.
12 and 19, and if that one hits, I'm in a flurry of blows.
The second one will hit.
Great. That, and then I'll spend a key point, and I'm gonna hit him 2 more times.
Damn.
So 11 and a crit.
Alright, so, especially with him wounded miss the first shot, but you quickly bring it around and crack it right in the back as the dog goes to nip at you one more time. Go to kick, barely evade that, but before quickly just bringing up your knee again, and just you hear this sickening as you actually hear the skull splinter as it goes limp on the ground.
I spit blood onto the ground, and I turn to look at the other one.
Hey. Good stuff, bird.
Big guy, I got the dog.
Greg, no! You're my dinner for that!
Try it.
We've murdered a lot of people to get here, dude.
Fellows.
Look at Zeri and Ramus and I say, and then erupting Earth.
Oh shit.
Let's see. Did I love this son of a bitch? I think. Did not show up. Okay. Yes. Okay. But I'm gonna center it because it's 20-foot square from here, so it doesn't actually hit.
The guys, it's just the dog and the ogre.
Ooh, that's good.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Good stuff.
Ogre. Definitely failing, and then Direwolf. Well, both will fail. Roll that 3d12.
Shit's on fire, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
God damn. So especially as they fall down, you see just the rocks and the earth cracking. It's just ogre just goes down for a moment, and just smashes his face on the rocks that are literally just erupting from the earth below him. And the same with the wolf as it's trying to keep its footing on the ground.
Can I also do a bonus action?
Depends on what that bonus action is.
I was gonna do a healing word on Zeri.
Yes, you can.
Alright, I say, fly, bird, fly! And I hit him with a little healing word.
Nice, thank you.
Alright,
Cool,
and
cool,
then and he bounces to over here.
Alrighty.
Good, that's it for me.
Well spent.
Brother Jin.
So it's in there.
Shit.
Not sure if Discord.
Is it a lasting effect, or is it just
The
Like,
ground becomes difficult terrain until it's cleared, so...
But you're not going to take damage by walking in. It just takes up twice as much movement to move through the space.
So effectively, if you were walking through there, you could only move 15 feet, so effectively 3 squares, but that's only in that room.
Yeah, in the 20 feet from.
So basically, the room.
Yeah. Oh. Don't forget your dancing sword, brother.
Indeed.
Alright, I can ready that sword.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good to hear your voice. You haven't said anything.
The paladin speaks.
It's the beautiful voice.
The highest charisma in the whole party.
Thank you.
Wait, where's my sword at?
I was about to say,
In
there,
your hands,
that's a bonus
hopefully.
action.
Ah, so, Well, I can just use it right now and then attack as a bonus action, can I?
Yeah, it's literally just a
Or
bonus
just
action to
summon it.
just chuck it out there.
Readying the sword is a bonus action, so you still have your action. You
So-
still have 2 attack.
And I assume the wolf.
Yes, that one.
Alrighty, they'll definitely hit. Alright, just chunk into him. He starts peeling off pieces of fur.
I gave it a haircut.
Will that be all, brother?
Yep, that's it.
Ring. Now you can see why curiosity killed the cat.
I knew I was in trouble when you asked me, oh, so you just open the door like you did before?
This is fucking suddenly chomp.
Yep. I knew you were getting something ready. It's like, oh, great.
I would like to shoot crossbow.
Alright. Fire for you. That will hit. Alright, so you managed to peg the wolf right in the chest.
Every crossbow hit that's not us, I consider a good hit.
Sunk. My ass! Alright, so that definitely strikes true. Do you move forward or are you maintaining this front on the stairs?
I'm gonna stay.
What? So finally where they are.
Nobody wants to put a shield between me and them.
No, you're good.
That's what
You're
I'm
fine.
saying.
Why didn't you move?
Because I'm engaged with a wolf.
Oh,
Well,
right,
you
right.
were.
You will
It's
die
right here.
for
What do you call that?
stealing my pet from me!
This is bad.
The one let you go.
Yeah, but I'm engaged. The other one would have attacked me if I moved away.
Yeah, we're both engaged.
So thankfully,
I believe.
as he goes to crush into it, he actually just smashes the door off the hinges and it tumbles down through the hall into the bottom. Thalos, you just see
Hits
this
him.
big ass fucking door.
He hurts his hand. He takes the damage.
he gets splinters in his hand. He
Ooh.
takes the damage.
Ooh, that's 1 damage a turn, ongoing. This shit's hurt.
And then Vok. Let's try and bite rounds. No, he will not. Alright. Remus,
I'm slippery.
you're holding the doorway.
Can I Crimson Right and still use my second attack, or does that like the action?
It still it consumes the bonus action, so you can Crimson Right and attack, but you wouldn't have the bonus attack.
Okay, all right. Screw it. It's no point. I think we got this. I take 2 slashes at this wolf.
Those will definitely strike true. Alrighty. So you just quickly send this wolf straight into the ground. Clean cut right across the throat as it just collapses. Rock!
And
No!
am I enraged, or would it be considered I'm engaged with this big guy?
Yes, because it would be his threatening image.
Ah, fuck.
You can still move.
Yeah, and possibly get my head cut off.
Get around him!
Is the
Its whole room is difficult terrain, so you'd be able to move 15 feet inward if you're going in there.
do I have backup if I run in this room?
I got your back! I'm right behind you!
Oh, okay. So go. Is this?
You would have to be right about there, but you could reach just behind him.
Here?
Yep.
Okay, so
Because he
I
consumes that
stand
space.
here. Okay, so I get here to give Zuri advantage.
Alrighty.
And I guess I ready a evasive action.
For that, you would have to spend an action, but don't worry. I think.
Oh.
Yeah, if you took the dodge action, it's a main action.
Yeah.
Through that, I think we're good. We have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's got some time. So
Alright. Yeah,
I hop behind him with like a little jig, like a ha ha.
Zuri.
Alright, so if I fly roughly 5 to 3 feet above the ground, I can avoid the rough terrain, yes?
Yes, you can. You're just kind of hovering over it.
Alright, so then I'm gonna wing my way. Ooh, that's not what we wanted to do. I'm gonna wing my way over here to stand by. This is still in range of him because he's taking up the square, right?
Correct.
So
trying to
then
give you advantage.
well, I'm trying to give them both advantage.
Oh, good plan, good plan.
Because I'm also trying to. Well, that's something else. I'm gonna hit twice with my bow staff two-handed.
Alright. That will definitely hit.
20 and a 22
Oh, yeah, both of those are definitely hitting.
for 15.
Very good.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Just and you can see a good amount of blood coming off him.
Oh, I taunt him. Wait, I taunt him. I said, "Bleh, fuck you!"
I'll block you myself. That was.
There's no one else here. We killed them all.
Who's gonna help you? You and what up?
Talos, you're up. Unless.
No, yeah, I'm all set.
Did we lose him?
Talos! No! The ogre couldn't.
I'm here. Sorry.
There it is.
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. Oddly enough, we're moving tomorrow, so I'm slowly packing things.
Oh,
up.
to a new
Jesus
place?
Christ. Game
Yeah,
time
no,
and
I'm
packing.
here.
Double the day.
Oh my god, I feel your pain.
But yeah, all right. So from behind the Delacroix twins, I leap up. I shout, "Kobe!" I hit him with 2 shots from the spare.
Fucking god. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
Damn.
The power of Kobe did not compel you.
Kobe? I'm pretty sure that's beef, because you beefed it, bro.
Oh.
It was rookie year, Kobe.
I step back behind us.
Just looking at the spear like, come on, man. You're supposed to fucking work with me.
Wait, how's Zuri looking, by the way?
I'm okay.
All right, cool. All right, in that case, yeah, I'm good for the round.
Alrighty. Jin,
I'm not some squishy motherfucker.
you're up. And you would have advantage for this position. This is definitely.
Nice.
Oof.
I'm like pretty sure I got double attack.
You do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so roll
roll
your
another
other
Roll
attack.
another
and then-
attack. I'll
and you
definitely
got
let the
your
dealt
dancing sword.
damage go through anyway. As long as
Oh
it
yeah,
hits.
and the
I
dancing
did.
sword.
Didn't I roll like 2 attacks right now?
No,
Yeah,
one,
that's
and then you roll
advantage.
damage twice.
Yeah, I did. There's 2 damages there.
You gotta roll it twice.
You gotta roll another attack.
Advantage means you
hit-
get 2
gotta
rolls,
hit
take the
first.
highest, but for each one. So effectively you're rolling 4. There you go. So yeah, you do the fucking heaviest amount of damage. Don't forget your bonus action sword.
My what?
Bonus
Your
action
sword, your dancing sword.
This makes you have 3 attacks because you have a bonus action sword.
28.
There you go. You can go ahead and describe how you kill him.
29 damage. With a smile on his face. And a shining shield.
Should I add insult to injury?
Always.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
Wow, that's a really cool fucking macro.
Fucking love it. That. You can just see the light fade from his eyes. Bastards. That is
Good shit!
Aw.
just shy.
Hey, Rain, I picked up your crossbow bolt. Here, it was in this wolf.
That was fun. Where to now? Well, I searched the.
Yeah, I would like to investigate this bloody den of ouch.
We should
Can I
check the room that was on
investigate
fire.
Oh yeah, we should check our handiwork.
So, as you are looking around the room of the ex-Great Ulf, you manage to spy that, even though very simple, he has fed his pets as well, while the other humanoids, clearly those who've been captured, and clearly some gnolls as well. You managed to find out a little pouch that he clearly kept to himself. Questionable leather, but still a leather pouch nonetheless.
Don't ask, don't tell.
It's a massive silver and gold, very clearly taken from the various merchants that all these materials were found from.
Whoa!
As well as a curious potion and a surprisingly untarnished rapier.
Ooh.
We each get 88 gold.
We're rolling in the dough. Well, not rolling, but we're doing alright.
And 320 silver.
Look at that. Are you including Nara?
No. Because she works for us, so we get it, and then we give her the loot, the copper that she wants.
Any copper
She's also
coins are
not here.
Totally hers.
She's also not here.
Yeah, she's just guarding the checkpoint.
So what?
What she doesn't know won't hurt her. I hope.
I'm interested in the rapier.
Alright.
You and your swords. How many swords can a man have?
Not enough.
Fair.
You can't have enough daggers.
Hey,
A
look.
rapier,
Pot kettle.
a
Noted.
rapier is a paladin weapon, though. This is going to be interesting.
Can I look at that too?
So,
Sharp and pointy.
as you
Looks cool.
look at it, you can see he's clearly been using it to roast meat over fire. But
Smells like bacon. It's the Baconator. It's
Even-
the name of my sword.
even though it's clearly been used in copious amounts of heat, usually that ruins a weapon. You could see it would warp metal and ruin the bands on the hilt and the leather. This is completely still intact. Clearly you could tell, especially playing around a little bit more, it seems fairly undamaged. It's a +1 rapier.
Sweet.
That's all you, pretty boy.
If anyone wants to check out the potion, go ahead and give me an Arcana.
Do we have to be trained?
Yes.
Okay.
You need at least some magical knowledge to discern potions.
I'm of magical nature. My magic comes from pain and hitting people.
Alright,
Also healing.
so
I mean, I turn into a werewolf. I'd call that pretty magical.
Yeah, but how much do you know about it?
I literally study. The whole point of the order is to study how to
I
be a
know,
werewolf.
I'm being a dick.
So, especially for that, this potion doesn't seem immensely complicated. You're actually able to discern, especially from the heavier tones, of what seem almost like ichor, as well as clearly what looks more like spider thread that still kind of wafts through it. You know, most of the time when you drink these things are just remnants of the magical essence to show. This is a potion of climbing.
Ooh.
Hey, Otren!
Yeah.
You want a thing?
Do I want to what?
I hold up the potion.
I'm good.
Shoot, hold it.
Toss.
9.
You want it? Alright, so Framus then tosses it to Thalos.
Alright. And you do see, Rain, the pressure plate that you had stepped on earlier. When you were kind of
Yep.
distracted by the statue that is definitely raised back up. It's definitely reset.
I really want to go through this door.
Alright. You did see that it didn't distend far. The gas itself just goes up to the edge of where the pressure plate is, and obviously takes time to reset.
Could I shoot an arrow
At the statue
to
itself?
see? Yeah. To see if I can get it to release the gas so that it's like out in the air, and once it dissipates, we can try.
Well, shooting the arrow directly on the pressure plate, you're not sure if there would be enough weight there to activate it.
Can we, like, throw one of the wolves' bodies at it?
Definitely could. The wolves are...
Do we need to roll anything?
For that, I would imagine, especially since you're kind of doing a combined effort to pull one of the bodies over.
Does it count as animal?
Oh my fucking god.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, it's corpse handling. It's a specialty skill.
Right.
Yeah. Also, along with you know, gnome hunting, but it's a special dedicated sport for minotaurs.
Right.
But
Do we roll for it or no?
for that, I could easily say that, especially with you guys, with the idea of what you're going for, easily able to chuck the wolf body on top, which releases again. You can see that it stains the wolf's fur a little bit, and you can kind of see somehow like this poison, when inhaled, would affect someone. But it seems heavy enough to where the trap itself doesn't seem to be triggering anymore.
The gas was released out of the statue's mouth.
Correct.
Could I try to shoot at its mouth to keep it in place so it doesn't reset it?
It's the wolf is on the trigger. It's
So
not.
it
It's
stays?
probably not gonna.
For now, yes, because the wolf is actually so heavy that the pressure plate can't push back up right now.
Oh,
A dire wolf is pretty big. It's a hefty boy.
it was a hefty.
Wolves are big,
Got it.
so dire wolves are huge.
So we going through this door, or
Shields first.
that's not me.
That's the bird. The bird shield.
Burb.
Pass!
He's leaning on the bow staff. I've still got it out. Just like, oh, my beak is a little bit cracked. Like, it's not great.
Yeah, that shit got hurt real bad.
Ow, my face. The thing the moneymaker, guys.
It's true. He's the only party member to get his moneymaker fucked up.
So far.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so you cracking this door open, brother?
Yeah.
So, as you do, you look inside. You look over. Hey!
No.
Back here! 2 arms!
Oh shit. Oh shit.
At this point, you can see some orcs that were clearly some were laying down as what looks like the captain turned to see you as he was cleaning and sharpening his weapon.
How many are there?
A lot. A lot. Way more than the other room.
There's at least 5.
I don't understand how we're still barging into doors.
I mean, the last one you stealthed up to kind of got somebody's face bitten off, but that's just...
That was like the first door we've ever seen.
was a nat 1. It's not my fault.
It was a
We're always
fluke.
like,
Can't hold it
there
against
can't be
me.
anything bad behind this door.
You know those situations where you see a dog and it's like walks up to something and you're not sure what the dog hears or sees, but there's something there. That's kind of what happened. Siri is like waiting for you to come out of there.
So the dog just padded up to the door and waited there, and the ogre's like, What is it, boy? What's going on? And I go, trip, trip, thunk, and then crack the door open.
When you guys can, try and back away from the door and see if we can pull the pressure, the wolf off the pressure plate.
Alrighty.
How quickly does it reset? We would have seen it reset. How quickly does it reset?
You're not entirely sure because you didn't time it. You're more concerned with Rain at the moment because you did heal her.
Okay. But, okay. Okay. Alright, Mr. GM, okay.
Funnel them into the hallway.
Say it in your character voice.
Funnel them out into the hallway.
For the Alliance!
For the Alliance!
Orcs a lot easier to kill when they're 1 by 1.
Tower defense style.
Orcs must die.
Just get him aggroed on you, then run past all of us and hit. We'll all get a chance to hit him.
He's not like. Could I use the aid spell? I think
That you can.
to begin with.
So who are you going to aid?
Feeling to fight. I like often up brother. I guess that one. Ramus.
Alright.
What's she casting?
Click to your spell.
Yeah, just go ahead and click the spell itself so they can see the description.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
So, that required a tiny strip of white cloth. I'm just gonna presume that I ripped a piece of my whatever out. Anyway,
You're also a
bonus
cleric.
action? Yeah, I know that.
No, I mean so you have a holy symbol, so you don't have to do material stuff unless it says a monetary.
Yeah, it
value.
would have to be a much higher amount, so you can just do it through your holy focus.
Basically, unless
I
it
don't-
says you need a diamond, then your holy focus just glows.
Oh.
You don't
Okay,
need the little shit. Yeah.
Okay. Damn, I didn't know that. I could have used spells before.
That was something that fucked me up as well.
Takes a while to get used to.
I, as a spiritual, let's say, I guess axe up. Please.
I'm breaking up a little bit.
Oh, I was asking in a spiritual weapon. Axe.
Oh, spiritual weapon. It's an axe.
Blah.
Wish Discord wasn't being such a fussy pussy right now.
It's
are
really short now right now, isn't it?
Yeah. Alright.
What are orcs considered? Are they humanoid, or I'm wondering if my silver
Yes.
sword is...
They are considered humanoid, yeah.
okay,
Because they
so
are-
they're getting the...
Even though they
Poison
are
sword.
still pretty mean boys, they are still natural to the world. And then go ahead and roll your spiritual
No.
weapon, right? It definitely hits. Very nice. Quickly appearing right to
Damage.
the chest of the orc in front.
What's it at? Okay, so I am a turn.
Alright. This orky boy.
There's 4 orcs, guys, in a row.
Coming at Jin. Oh. See, quickly runs up with this big axe. You can see all of them have it, just like their leader that you just recently slain.
Why does he have advantage?
It's not. It's the first roll.
Huh.
Because most creature tokens,
I'm
unfortunately.
skeptical about you.
The default is
The default does that for NPC tokens.
can confirm.
But he will strike you for 13
No.
slashing as he runs up and just right into you.
Well, good thing you had those 5 extra points of health.
Word.
Still a keyboard.
How wide is that doorway?
For that, as wide as you see, the ogre could fit through, so 2 people can go at a time.
So it. Okay. All right.
This boy comes running around the corner. He's gonna come at the priestess that sent her axe after him.
Balls.
Where's your divine weapon, Rain?
My who?
Your divine weapon that you just
It's
summoned.
over here.
Oh, it's in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see it. I'm outside.
So this boy will miss you.
It's like a floating.
Dope.
And this boy.
What's your god again? I always forget.
I forget too. I'm always drunk.
So this boy, he's actually gonna run up, and the one thing that orcs are terrifying about, the bonus action run. As it gets up to
Lovely.
you, Jin, and he's gonna take a swing at you,
No. No.
and he will
Yeah,
miss.
definitely does not hit.
Yeah, just-
Fuck.
and then this boy,
That's not an orc though, is it?
he walks over to here. And he's kind of looking at everything that's going on. Huh? Idiots! Get behind him! No! And then hefts a javelin. Instead of going for you, Jin, goes for your sister.
Dun, dun, dun.
And will miss as it just against the back wall.
I thought I was a dead cleric.
Jin,
Yeah, I'm surrounded. It's not fun.
You're not surrounded. Oh, but you can't really back out though. It's fine.
Give me a second.
I think it's time for a dancing sword.
Oh, I have a better idea.
Better than a dancing sword.
Yeah, but I can't put my sister in danger. I want to attack this boy.
alrighty.
Alright. So, shit, I didn't even put the rapier in yet. But do normal, long sword. Is that hitting?
Definitely hitting. This is 25. Be amazing if something could resist that.
12.
So with that, you actually just run that boy straight through.
And then where's my dancing sword? He should still be out. Where is it?
I'll grab a sword for you.
It's dancing.
It's dancing! It's dancing! Which, that was your first attack. So you still have an extra.
Oh, I'm trying to remember some. Where are they? Bonus actions. Sister, back up on your turn.
Okay.
And I want to use a bonus action to Misty Step
Ooh.
back towards Ramus.
That's what's up.
Alrighty.
So we should be farther enough to kind of let them tunnel out and not all gang up on us.
But
Oh,
You left Rain,
I told her to back up on her turn.
which is after all the orcs.
No, it's not. It's only one orc.
Sorry.
Alright. Well, I had something I was gonna do, and now I don't want to do it.
Can't you
So-
pull her away?
You could, because she's not next anyway.
What would that be in terms of main or bonus actions?
Would be a main action to pull her away.
Right? Alright.
But it's also better than walking into a room full of orcs.
Yeah, you say that, and it's true.
Because if you pull her away, we can have a chance to get the body off of the plate.
Yeah.
And
So
hopefully-
I'll grab Rain by the scruff of the chain mail ? And heave with all my birdly intentions and pull them back this way, and I'll line up next to these two, and we'll, I guess, go a little bit farther back. I pull Rain behind Thalos and Jin's shields.
Alright. To the
Thalos
safety.
is a shield, right? Yeah, exactly.
Wow, he's got a lot of spears.
And yeah,
And a shield.
Oh, that's right. You got him.
actually, I used a bonus action. I transform into a hellhound,
Oh shit.
Oh,
and then I
okay.
jump back out here.
So go ahead and drop the token down.
Oh right. Oh wait, no. I said. Come on.
Oh, you probably gotta grab it by the name.
I'm trying. Aha.
There you are. And then obviously put that to full health.
Will
a
do.
lot smaller than I remember.
Wow.
That's what she said? Alright, Ramus. The bulk of you. Also, actually, never mind. You're good, Zuri. Ramus.
Something's gonna happen, and I'm not happy about it.
Would it take an action to pull this wolf off?
For that, yes, it would. It would take an athletics because you would be the only one doing so right now.
Yeah, because everybody said, let's take the wolf off, but let's leave her invincible.
You could prep an action to pull it
Can I?
and wait for Thalos, like call for Thalos.
No. I'm gonna use that action to pull it, but instead of like throwing it off, I'm going to pull it so it ends up here, so it's not on the plate, but it's still a big ass wolf in the way, you know?
To block up those two corners.
Yeah.
Because you would basically
then-
have to stuff them up against the wall to do that. So go ahead and give me the athletics. Hope it's high, because that's a heavy boy.
Yeah.
Oh! So you very easily just, and just quickly shove it to the side, and you can actually hear the very heavy as you see the pressure plate raise back up.
Am I in? Is this square the pressure plate? Is that the distance of the gas?
Yes, it would end just before reaching you. That's where you saw it originally end too when you were in it first time.
Wait, but hold up. If they live here, they know about that. They probably have like a shut off, right?
Maybe.
Well,
Probably
let's
have to
find
be-
out.
Wait,
I
I just
didn't-
make them sound really smart.
They're orcs, exactly. Never mind.
Bork, 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 bork.
Uh huh.
I'm dog.
More Daka.
Daka, daka.
Like Daka.
I mean, with Ziri's intelligence that low, he should be able to communicate.
Exactly. We speak the same language. Ah! Broken bird and screamings of pain.
This boy
Everybody understands the same
will
language at a certain point.
bonus run out to here. In which he does get hit with the gas as he steps down. The plate goes off again. He needs to make his con save. Immaculately with a 20.
Damn.
He fucking practically inhales that shit like it's cocaine.
He was drinking that water.
On us.
And then, since he could bonus action run, he fucking runs up on Rammus and tries to great axe him. Giving you the axe. No, he's not. As he does that, he's kind of like blinded for a moment, just swings wide, thinks he hits you, and then he looks down and sees he just struck the fucking dog meat that's off to the side.
Oh.
Talos. At which I will have to say though, this corner over here, especially since the dog is kind of shoved up into it, is unfortunately blocked off for the moment. Because you have a big ass direwolf body right here shoved up into the corner. And
It's a tidal wave.
It's a tidal wave of flesh. So.
Ooh, can you? Your vines thing, would you be able to put it across
I
like
switched
this?
it out, guys. Sorry. I switched it out for the erupting earth thing. Damn it, man.
Oh, okay. Well, that was pretty badass, so no complaints.
I'm casting. I'm gonna make it 10 feet wide, so it catches this asshole on Ramus. Squares that way, and 30 feet long going left, so it catches these fools also. Here, here.
Alright.
I think they just gotta make dexterity saving throws.
Alrighty. For the three that you can see. Oof. And they are failing for sure.
Suckers. Wave of water.
So I'm going up a wave of water, starting from where that first orc is next to Ramus, and washing back into the room where the other two are. 22 points of damage.
Jeez.
What's this red box? Sorry.
That's
That's
the
where the wolf
dead
is.
wolf is.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so you just hear literally breaking bones as they go. And then just a very heavy from the inside the room. As the fucking orcs get washed into the barracks again.
The wake up trouble. Now the drain.
Did you have a catchphrase, a one-liner?
No, I'm just gonna let it happen.
Have you been practicing that?
We are all way out of practice. Believe me, I'll have something for next time. All right.
Wait! No! Some motherfuckers always try to ice skate uphill.
Alrighty, Rain.
It's been a while.
Still hear one of the boys inside. Why, Ben?
Yeah,
I'll end you!
but technically we're not in danger, right? Like they're locked in. Did the door close again?
Door's wide open.
Fuck.
Pretty much blasted off its hinges by water.
Yeah. Both of the doors that
Okay.
existed there are literally gone.
We're not being good to doors in this run. Like, almost every door has just been destroyed.
I thought those doors, they thought they could keep us out.
Doors killed my family.
Question: the aid thing that I did earlier, is that actually anyway? Is that even being considered?
We all have +5 HP.
Yeah.
It's been considered. He's shilling on their tokens.
Actually, technically, shouldn't I'll put it on my Hellhound since Zuri is not here right now.
There's only Zool.
Oh yeah, wait, have you guys named the Hellhound Zuri?
There is no Zuri. There is only Zool.
We named it There Is No Zuri.
There is no Zuri. Got it.
And don't forget, Rain, you can still move through your allies' tokens.
Just don't forget about the plate.
The plate hasn't reset yet. It's been too short a
It
time.
hasn't reset. Okay, so. And could I use guiding bolt? Doomsday.
You'd have to get sight of them first. But from there, you definitely can.
Yeah. So can I do it from?
Yes, you can. Fire away. Oh! Roll that fat damage.
Oofa doofa.
Praise Jesus.
Hallelujah. So, Rain, you just fucking, after the guys of water orcs just all over the floor, you walk around the corner and literally just one hand raised up and take this orc's head clean the fuck off his shoulders.
Boom!
I dare say we're getting really good at this.
I snarl somewhat dejectedly. I didn't get to eat anything.
Boom! Shut.
Is everything dead?
I sniff
is
my way into the room.
Very, very dead.
Ramus finds the commander and starts rifling through his shit.
Alrighty.
Because, you know, it's all about the business.
You find the very headless commander. Start rifling through his body.
I want to smell for anything that smells kind of smelly.
I mean, there's a lot of smelly stuff in here. It's an orc bag. There's a lot of smelly stuff.
Can I discern smells with a perception?
Yes, you can. Just give me one at advantage, obviously, because you are a hellhound, so you actually do have
Yes.
sense.
What is my wisdom? +1.
And
A crit.
alrighty, so
You smell the shit out of everything.
Zuri is actually able to find the commander's stash of money and clearly dried meats of questionable origin, but
I ignore the bag of money and I am eating all of the meats.
alrighty. So
He said it's questionable.
It's
He's
gone
a
now.
hellhound. He's not working.
Oh, no.
yeah, his intelligence actually drops when he transforms.
By a significant amount.
Yeah, because the way
I'm also pretty sure
yeah.
hellhound digestion works different.
Oh fuck.
I breathe fire. I'm okay.
He, as he walks
You're right.
through the water, you can actually hear like somebody's dipping hot metal in water.
Oh snap.
But
There's just kind of fire coming out of my mouth at all times. Yeah.
as you search the commander, you do see that even though it's fairly regular gear, he still had a potion of healing, a bag that has 200 silver in it, but also a map marking where a door should be, and what looks like a small talisman key that goes with it.
I called dibs on map.
I mean, we're all gonna use the map to find the door in here, but seems like we need a talisman.
But as
Throws
I
map to Rain, I guess.
I was kidding. I'm just stupid.
as for
Nope.
his
You
armor,
get to hold on to it.
as for his armor, clearly plate mail, as well as, though clearly not magical, a fairly well-notched axe. This man clearly had a lot of kills.
One hand or two-handed?
It's a great axe.
Oh, shit.
So two-handers had. They all had great axes on them. They were trying to be like the ogre.
Can anybody else use those? Because damn, that would mean I'd have to like respec my shoe. Should make my other weapons kind of useless.
But
Hey, while these guys are debating that, can I go over and find the head?
oh, the head of the commander? It's actually gone.
Yeah.
It's all
Oh,
gray
it's
matter all
hitting.
over the floor.
Oh, can I want to lick the brains off the walls
You definitely
while
can.
they're doing that. Alright, that's what I'm doing.
So Ramus shoves the plate mail, I guess, in Jin's hands. And I guess he takes the great axe to decide if he wants it or not.
What's the quality of the great axes? I mean, are they sellable or are they?
For the commanders,
Or do they?
the commander's
I
one
took
is
the
a higher.
commander's great axe.
Yeah, the commander's one is a higher quality. The other ones look fairly old.
They look dwarven made or orcish?
Very clearly dwarven made.
Mhm.
They're old, but they still have a good amount of durability to them. You could tell that too, because even after the amount of abuse they clearly had from the orcs, these things held up. Period. Not the prettiest, but definitely the sturdiest. And that's just because the amounts of massive abuse that the axes have gone through.
Well, if they're not too heavy, I'll try to bind some up to bring back to Jang and his army.
Alright.
Damn, nobody else can use this because this is gonna be shit.
Great axes are a hard weapon to use, man.
Yeah,
Nira, right?
this probably isn't gonna work.
What about Nira?
Identify this plate mail.
Spend some time with it. It seems like fairly normal plate mail has just been very well kept and surprisingly well oiled. The commander very clearly been training these guys because he had a very clear understanding of well-oiled maintenance and maintaining chain to keep the rust off and everything.
Oh yeah, Nira for that. That's good.
So it's just normal plate mail.
Unfortunately, yes.
That's an upgrade.
Is there anything special about the chamber itself? Like, does it look like it was always a bed chamber, or did they just take the chamber over
It
much
look-
more here?
It looks like it was a barracks at one point, and then they just kind of laid over bedrolls and other things that they found in here, and then just kind of stacked it up. You do see where Zuri was, and the bag that he was eating out of clearly burnt. You do see the gold that spilled all over the ground as he was snacking. About 80 gold total.
I pointed it out to the group, and I'll pick it up and I'll split it up amongst us.
As Zuri is now got a
Do
belly full.
you offer me gold?
Oh no, I actually hold on to your share until the bird is back.
Do you say that? You should. I want to see how this plays out. I want to know how you decide to tell a dog that you're gonna hold its investment.
I mean, well, okay, how about this? Is Hellhound Zeri, like looking at me as I pick up the gold?
I assume you're handing gold to everyone as they're walking out of the room. So he walks up and sits down and just looks at you.
I have no hands.
Huh? You
You
cut
have
out
no
for me.
hands. Oh, sorry. I look at Hellhound you and I say, you have no hands.
I growl and then get up and walk and then walk out past you. But I like I'd stop in the door and I look at you. And then I walk away.
It's that judging animal.
So, is there anything else in the before we leave?
In here you do see that they were just playing cards. There are a deck of cards on the table still. Clearly taken from some poor merchant that was captured by them at some point.
Nah.
keep them moving. Is the plate still, like, untriggered?
For the plate, it looks like it's been completely exhausted. Doesn't look like it had many charges in it after that.
Jeff, I know I don't have much of a connection with my dwarven heritage, but I'd like to try stone cutting just to see if I can, or what once was before it was overrun.
May I ask if we can check on that burning door at some point?
Also, who has the like key relic thing?
I don't think we have it yet.
Oh, I thought he said we had to. Somebody forget.
Somebody has a key talisman. What do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
for the stonework
Rain, I
itself,
think,
go ahead
has
and
it.
roll me history with advantage, because obviously dwarven heritage.
I will roll as well.
Alright, so Zuri, you would roll at normal.
Oh, I roll. Oh, because history is an actual skill.
Yes. Well, also at the same time, stone cutting, it's actual dwarven relation. So, for this, amazingly, the Hellhound knows but can't tell anyone. That's Dallas.
It's just rocks, man. You know,
They're
rocks no rocks.
I
they're
have to listen to the story of the stone. It's dwarven.
You do look at it, you actually do see a very clear telling maker's mark on this, that this is probably one of the old dwarven mines that people had spoken about many, many years ago in Otren. Is a magnificent piece that was a fortress for a long time until finally being assailed by so many forces that they were finally starved out, but no one really followed up on clearing the place out again to make sure that it could be used or mined once more. You heard rumors of families going back for this divine place, but that even greater beasts and creatures had taken over the lower depths and had forced a fair portion of people to go out, and it was no longer safe for mining. But you do recall that this place would be called Glitterhaven, from the sparkling ores that would usually be found in the caves below. Yes,
Okay.
Glitterhaven.
Thank you.
If this is that
Can we
place,
check
you know
on the
that there's
burning
going
room?
to be very valuable pieces of work and even craftsmanship here, and that the fact that Pelgrim had told you what was here adds more to the fact that it's very likely and true what he gave you was in pure honesty to a relic here.
In terms of the map, can we see if the door is up in this area?
For the map marking it, it seems to be the furthest southeastern point. The dead end near the well that you were nearby.
Okay, so the room is on the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we start heading. Well, does anybody else have anything to do? Otherwise, we start heading
Can
back
we
to the room.
check the burning door?
So you look at the burning door. It's very clearly got fire and smoke coming out of it. At this point, as you are going up to it, Zuri, it's burning.
Hi, I have a damage immunity to fire.
Yep. So it's clearly burning down. I will bump that off.
I kicked the door in with my back feet.
But as you are going through, I will show that it's effectively
Oh my.
that right now in that room.
This room is just a fireball.
Yep. And the orcs are literally died from inhalation. I will say, Rain, if you do get that close, you will actually start burning. The smoke
Never mind.
and everything is actually very heavy at this point. The only reason why Zuri is fine is because he's literally a hellhound right now. He's fire immune.
Alright.
The one thing I got. Let's do it. I want to sniff around for anything magical that wouldn't have been destroyed in the blaze.
Alright, so roll me a normal perception, because a lot of this stuff's actually getting covered over by soot and such right now.
Perception. Oh, like my Zuri perception?
No, your hellhound perception.
Oh, okay, just regular,
Yeah,
but not
just
with
regular,
advantage,
'cause everything-
I can't smell or hear anything.
Yeah, no, unfortunately everything's kind of being choked out by burnt ash.
Okay, cool. 19.
Alrighty. So, as you're taking a good old gander through these boys, you do not find any magical items,
Nothing
but you
seems
do
untouched by the
find
fire. Oh.
a box that hasn't been fully burnt through, though. But as you kind of sift through, you can see, especially since it hadn't been locked, and since they were still down and out, and it seemed like probably the share container for this barracks, a box containing what seems to be a fair amount of gemstones.
Which part of the room is the box in? Can I try and drag it out? Like, is it close to the door that I could feasibly drag it through the fireball?
That you can.
All right, cool. I'll grab onto the side of the wood and drag it back out of the door. I assume I'll need a strength check, probably.
That you do. So go ahead and roll me. All right. Oh,
17.
So you grab onto it. Your jaws, especially for this is like playing fetch. As you guys all watch, you see him the Zuri Hellhound drag out this.
No, there is no Zuri.
the nosery. Pull out this chest, it's literally red hot. As he pulls it out, you can see a couple of gemstones that are set inside that haven't been overtaken by the fire. And they're fairly sizable stones.
Anybody needs any for reagents, or are we just splitting up the cost?
You might as well just.
We can just split it.
Nothing I need.
Yeah.
Alright. At this point, you can actually hear heavy footfalls as you start to see Nira coming in. Curious as to what the hell the amount of smoke that's being caused in here. I can see everything's going well.
This is for you. I hand her the axe, and
She
75 silver.
You just see that she's actually fairly surprised as she kind of looks it over.
None of us can use it.
This is a good weapon. Oh, where'd you find it?
Pried it off the cold, dead hands of somebody who got in our way.
At this point, she's very happy that, especially with these extra 70 euro. I've been keeping an eye on the other two as they're waiting. Should I keep watch over them as you finish up here? She kind of looks over and sees the hellhound and the fire pouring out of one hallway.
Do they seem safe, or would you not leave them there?
It seems safe enough. I dragged the bodies out of the side watch room. Told them to keep the door closed.
Are we taking her with us? Because I feel like it's probably a good idea, but I don't know if those two girls are gonna get into any trouble.
If they followed our advice and Nera's direction and they hide within the walls, they should be fine. Nera can stick with us. It's good having her to watch our back.
Yeah.
What else?
Consensus?
I'm totally lost on what's happening. What?
Are we taking her with us, or
that's a yes from Jen. So,
okay,
alright, we got majority.
Alright.
Thanks, Jen. Appreciate you, man.
No, if they should be safe, then come with us and watch our back. You can use your muscle.
Fair enough. You can see, like, pretty wicked grin kind of creeps across her face with that, and especially as she sets down the heavy. Well, she doesn't even set it down. She just kind of like drives it between the stone for the rusted greatsword she has. As she takes up the very fine oiled dwarven axe that you gave her.
Enjoy.
Can't wait to test it out.
Alright, so are we walking back to the well?
Make our way downtown.
Rain's on a mission.
She ready. She ready to fuck shit up, man. She on
I'm
point.
here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Yeah.
So
Can we look at the map and find where the door is?
for the map clearly shows going down this tunnel.
Do we have the talisman key?
That you do.
All right.
So
Alright, Rain can continue to go first, and I'll be a healthy distance behind.
it's perfect. Alright, so as she rushes her way down the ultimate treasure hunter, you do find the small depression where the stone matches up.
But I'm so happy.
Tell it tomorrow will be better.
As you press it into the wall, it opens up. More dwarven crafts leading the way down another narrow hall.
Are there any like, I don't know, is there anything like a warning, like carved into the wall for like, that only dwarves can see? Like, I don't know.
For that, I would definitely have to say, roll me a investigation.
Because mine didn't work. I look around. I don't see nothing.
Alrighty. So for this,
No,
you
sorry,
do.
I shouldn't have advantage, but
Yeah. Well, you still would, because it's involving the dwarven stonecraft anyway. But you do see that it's very hard to see initially, but staring at some of the stonework and tiles and carving, this would mark out kind of one of the secret tunnels. It's not very distinct. Most people don't notice it normally, but for you and your kin, it would definitely be much more clear. It's a curiosity that the orcs managed to find their way to this, which is a slight concern because you're not sure how far their reach goes into this elder mine of your families.
okay. But nothing in the way of warning, sort of, or anything like that.
Unfortunately, no. There are no other warnings. It seems to be just kind of a side break off.
Okay, well, I use the, it's dwarven architecture. So I speak up towards the roof of the ceiling so I know my voice will carry ahead of me. And I say, Ren and Zeri, be careful. I'm fine.
There is no Zeri, only Zu.
Alrighty. Right. When you get to the other door.
By the way, Ramus has night vision goggles, just to FYI. Just for you, Mr. D.
Alrighty. So.
I can't see shit.
Should be able to.
The only one that actually needed them.
Be right back, guys.
Alrighty. That should fix things up.
Reminder, I can see 120 feet in the darkness. So if I see anything before Zeri and Rain get to it, I will chuck a spear into it.
Reminder, we're all pretty OP. No, I definitely don't mean that.
We're OP. Elder Slide. No.
Speaks for himself.
So, Rain.
We all can see and situations we can't see.
As you do open up this door, you get this horrible stench as you see ominous lights dancing as the stone door slowly opens from the magical talisman.
We're in a rave.
Yay, I'm so surprised.
Before you, you can see what looks like an orc shaman performing a ritual as these two other orcs have clearly been handing materials back and forth. You can see, as he looks over to you through the haze of smoke, and what seems to be...
Please tell me they're too high to move.
Well, it seems like it.
Again, what?
At the same time, as he kind of looks at you from behind his black robes, he looks surprised, as also from hanging from the roof seems to be hundreds of dried frogs, shriveled and mummified. As the orcs go to get ready to fight, and this man just immediately stops and like, wait! They've killed the others. They are clearly worthy. They must pass.
Oh, that's nice of you. What is up ahead?
Traps. Creatures. Immeasurable power. Vile stench. They own the holds below. This is our hold. Our home up here.
Who's they?
The troglodytes. The beasts and creatures of the wilds. They call those mines their home now.
I feel like I should like stalk out next to Rain.
Is there anything else to know before going down there? Is there any other beast or man-like beast to watch out for?
We dare not travel beyond the trogs. We have seen bears and great lizards down there.
Oh, I was gonna say, are we talking like early man, or are we talking like lizard beasts?
Those are simply the earlier minds. Beyond, we have not been able to travel. That's...
Well, we're gonna go kill some cavemen, huh?
Those are far beyond our capabilities. Be wary. What is down there will change any being that enters its domain. You can see the other orcs will actually step aside as this shaman seems to continue praying over what seems like a small cauldron, continuously filling this room with questionable vapors.
What is this gas that comes from your cauldron? What is in the cauldron?
A blessing from Grumash himself. The Lord watches over us. None travel up past the stairs. We keep ever vigilant and make sure our wards protect our home.
Can we bottle some of that shit up in case we might need it?
Roll a persuasion if you want to try and get this
Persuasion?
Yeah, this warding.
Damn it.
Okay, I'll roll.
Yay!
Alright.
Ranger, tiger, power.
So Jin, I assume you just kind of go up like, we need this.
Form of chopped cheese. Everybody loves chopped cheese.
We need this.
Alright. So, as he kind of looks at you. You can see he heavily debates it for a moment, especially since it's been keeping him and the others that are in here safe. And keeping...
We don't need a lot of it. We just need enough for a couple of vials. Sorry, we don't need a lot. We just need a couple of vials worth in case of emergency.
So anyone speak giant as he turns to talk to one of the other orcs?
No.
Giant?
Yeah. So, you're not sure what he says, but you do see one of the other orcs bring over a clay pot that's been sealed by what looks like mummified kind of frog skin. Hands it over. And you hear the shout, set it afire. It will drive them back. Or at least make it difficult for them to approach you.
We thank you.
With that, he waves for the other orc to open up the door. And as he does so, calls down the hall. Yes, sir! And you can hear another orc call back before walking back a little bit further to stand near a door. He looks to the rest of you. Do not mind the one at the end of the hall. He makes sure that if anything were to come up, that the flames be activated.
Flames?
Yes. If I ever run out of materials, I have to rely on other devices and powers to protect the stairs until I can get more materials.
Where do you get these materials from?
The forests and mountains below.
Oh. Well, I guess hopefully soon you won't have to need this.
Grimoire protect you and bolster your strength in battle.
Well,
Which I'm sure for most of you probably sounds pretty fucking heinous to hear from my work.
I'll take any sort of, regardless, I'll take any sort of blessing from any god of any race
Can dogs
towards my
spit?
survivability.
Well, I mean, they could do like the lip gel thing, just a.
I do that, and then I walk past.
Now you can see that even though you do that, he seems fairly interested that you guys have a hellhound at your side. Even though he clearly doesn't know it's a bird.
I'm eyeing him. I'm looking at him with my one eye. It doesn't look like I am, but I am. Passive perception.
And as you guys walk up, you can see various eldritch bodies. Clearly not orc.
Ooh.
Clearly not orc, but the skeletal structure is very different. All dwarven weapons, you can see where they've been getting it. Some with
I'm so bad at this.
more scale-esque, but going further down into the darkness below. You can see the...
Would that work since they're eldritch?
For that, you do recognize some of these skeletal bits as troglodytes. Lizard men who have a vile stench about them. From beyond that, you're not very sure, but you know troglodytes to be more of the primordial beings of questionable origin and strength.
Anybody need a new pair of shoes?
But as you see the other orc at the end of the hall, as he nods and points to the stairs going further down into Glitterhaim's mines, you can see what looks like 2 vent gaps beside the door. Very clearly, the orc would probably rush in there, as you can tell that these bodies are very charred and burnt. But aside from clear ash marks of where axes were and other weapons that they brought up, doesn't seem like they've moved the bodies out of maybe supernatural paranoia. And you can see another section to your left, Jinzuri. These bars blocking off the original entrance to Glitterhaim's lower mine. I assume you're descending then?
Wait, where's the door? Is it behind him or is it this way?
Oh.
We all descend, I'm sure.
Ah!
We've already
I don't
made that
know.
decision.
He's like pushing us towards there. Last time he pushed somebody, he lost part of his beak.
That's true. That's true.
So is it that way?
The door, as you can see, the orc up here,
Uh-huh.
is behind him. That's where the orc clearly goes in for the flame vents, but this right here in the center are stairs going down into the dark further down.
Okay, what's over here?
On there would be the bars. You've been in there originally. That's the storage room. These bars do block you off, but you can see through them. Even though it still lets you pass through. Yoink.
Alright, so I guess we're all descending. Let's go fuck some shit up.
Keeping an eye on the guy at the top of the stairs, though,
Alright.
as we go down. Just make sure he doesn't kind of like burn us on our way out.
Alrighty. Let me go ahead and grab this once I reload my roll 20 real fast.
No, we should count us.
Let me bump you guys on over. Could be the wrong map.
Where did we go?
There we are. There we are. Can you see yourselves?
I froze. I'm reloading.
Oh, there, I think. Sorta happening. I see nothing but darkness.
Zoom out.
Should be
Yeah, no. Nothing but dark.
weird.
Hold on, let me reload.
Let me see something real
I see my token, but it's floating in the dark.
There.
You left us.
quick. There we are. That was weird. That map was set to Fog of War. It's supposed to be dynamic light.
Oh, there we go.
Alright. So, as you descend these stairs. You can hear, fluttering in the distance, the rush of water. Various noises and sounds, all foreign and a little unnerving. The air gets musty, the mold starts to build up as you get down towards the bottom of the steps. And also as you do watch the orc, it doesn't seem like he's focused on doing anything other than maintaining his cauldron. The stench, though, you definitely smell from what he was talking about. It seems practically unbearable. The only thing that's really refreshing is the fresh stream of water as you go further down. Hearing the bubbling build up from underneath Zuri's paws as he walks over this fresh stream.
The left and the right, do those go anywhere that we can walk, or no? Not really.
For the stream, it looks like you could probably follow the stream further down, but did you see the steps across the way that are almost...
Yeah, I'm just trying not to get ambushed.
Yeah. Well, as for everything else, it seems the stream in itself comes from the stone itself, but opens up going further down as you see Zuri kind of descending a little bit through the stream.
Well, there's stairs here for a reason, but do we want to follow the stream?
I go where all of you go.
Alright, let's steps it is, I guess.
Curious about the stream.
As you do kind of look out in the open caves, you can see that initially you would have to walk down a little bit of a cliff that would head a little bit further down. You can hear the rushing water continue to wrap around.
Look out over the cliff. Is there anything down there?
Over the cliff, as you do peer down, seems like a large patch of mold is initially there, and a little bit of mushrooms, but you can see the dampness that doesn't seem to be too much at the bottom of the cliff. Right, as you continue on down, you can hear, sounds like a little bit of flapping.
A little bit? Does it sound like wings?
I'm sorry, like...
Yep, the small wings flapping from up above.
Just want to go on record as saying I'm actually going to use my symbiote form up with my mushroom armor next hour.
Alrighty. So, I assume you look up, right?
Sorry?
I assume you look up, right?
Oh, yes. I'm going to look forwards.
Huh? As you are listening and looking around, go ahead and roll me a perception as you see all these stalactites hanging from up above, but you're trying to discern exactly from the spot this is coming from.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I have to restart my shit. Okay, what do you want me to...
Go ahead and roll a perception as you are trying to find the source of this flapping.
Percep?
You can't tell exactly for a little bit until finally, as you're staring up, you can see what seems like something shuffling around a stalagmite. And then some from all around kind of get to the edge. And it looks like a fairly large bat that has a large proboscis, almost beak or tongue. You're not entirely sure, but I'll show you a token.
Do they seem aggressive?
It seems definitely interested. Seems to be
How
watching.
far is this cliff?
So from the spot that you're standing at would be a 30-foot drop. If Ramus were to just jump off where he's at, it would be 60 foot.
Okay, so I'm on the lower end.
Yep.
And how far can I jump down without like damaging myself?
You don't even have to jump all the way down. You can you actually see that the cliff does weave down step-like to the bottom near the stream.
Oh, is that like this
Oh,
thing?
so this comes around anyway.
Yep.
We would have ended up there.
You see that it does kind of break around the edge like that all the way down.
Is this the same length of stream that would have went if we went the other way?
I feel like it's possible. If it weaved around there, especially since this has gone way lower, that definitely wrapped around here. Maybe on purposely carved out that way. But as you do, you can hear a few more flaps as you get to the bottom of the stream. At this point, you do see that there are quite a few of them all up on the ceiling itself.
High is the ceiling.
The ceiling itself, especially once you get towards the bottom of it, would be at a 110 foot mark. But
Is there still a dog?
Yes.
Yup.
But as you do kind of stare up, you can see there are them all just kind of wrapped up in the stalactites up above.
My Roll20 has gone so shitty. I don't know
Yeah,
what
it's
happened.
like lagging, isn't it?
Like
Yeah.
super hard.
It unfortunately does that sometimes.
I feel like I'm ice skating.
Whee!
Y'all, time check. It's
Still?
12:15.
You gotta be out?
I would like to soon, just cause like I've been up since like 6:30 a.m.
We could leave
Whoa.
off here since obviously nothing's initiated and you just have the creatures up above looking down at you. If you guys want to do that, up to you.
Yeah, that seems best.
You guys okay with that?
Okay, this is a good spot.
Pre-fight, I'm good.
Alex, congratulations. Good luck on your move tomorrow.
Yeah, right?
Word.
Thank you very much.
Send pictures.
This is the place you were talking about, or?
I mean, we purchased it, like, we closed on it 2 months ago, but we've been working on it.
This was, yeah,
At least on the apartment is gone, so yeah, it's time to move in.
Nice.
Good luck.
Thank you very much, guys.
Have fun.
Appreciate it.
I want pictures.
Well, we want to see.
Pictures.
We want to creepily see what the inside of your house
I want
looks
to
like. 'cause
stalk you.
that's what small people do.
Word.
I'll show you all the before and after. It'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll trade you for kitten pictures.
Okay, that's more than fair.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna head to bed. Good night, y'all.
Rest well.
Right.
Bye.
Good game,
Bye.
Bye.
but all right, never mind.
What, you were
Looks
going to ask about experience, or?
No, I was gonna say 3 weeks out is the 20th. Is everybody cool with that?
That's a fair point to ask, yeah.
As of right now, that's as of right now, I think that's cool.
Cool.
No,
But I
no, I'm
guess
not
it's
around.
it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
I
How about
apologize.
2 weeks out from now, the 13th?
Of what, September?
October 13th?
Oh, September, like 2 weeks as opposed to 3 weeks.
Oh. Yeah,
I
totally
don't
fine.
think I can 2 weeks, but What's after that?
After that would be the 27th.
That I know for sure I don't have anything that day.
I can do that as well.
Might be a little bit rough there, as it might be on the road, but I might be able to do it, but we'll see. All right, we'll put it out there. We'll float it tomorrow morning, like on the chat, and see how everyone feels about it.
Alright, that works.
Thank you guys.
Alright, night
Thank you
all.
so much for taking this time, man.
Anytime,
Hey guys, thank you
man.
so
Just glad
much.
you guys can make
Good
it.
stuff.
The immersive role.
420 blaze it.
Yes.
Ended on orcs blowing up the cave and just fucking clam baking a whole room. And 420 XP.
Perfect.
Alright, night all.
Night.
Good night.
I'll probably also be hopping off.